collaboration. We started our program in Ethiopia in 2006, October. As you all know, Ethiopia is located in the Horn of Africa with all its complicated geopolitical situation, with a population of 100 million plus. And out of this 100 million, 80% live in a countryside where electricity, running water is lacking, with not adequate education and health services. And out of this 100 million, 70 million of the population would be under 30 years of age. Imagine with this situation, this power, this labor power, what could happen. Access to elementary school is growing up nowadays, but access to high schools is still to be worked out. So this situation, like in a countryside with very limited access for schooling, young people would tend to migrate to cities. So my diocese, a Catholic diocese, works a lot in promoting education for children and promoting access to health services to children and mothers. So with this background, we have started collaborating with A Chance in Life with 3 programs, with one program with 3 components actually, which supports 400 kids. Not having access for high school, especially the girls, would drop out when they finish middle school. So what would you expect? They go to have early marriages, and they would continue migrating to towns, and eventually they would migrate to look for jobs to Middle Eastern countries. You would have heard in the last some years how many young people are dying while traveling through dangerous routes. A case of 33 young Ethiopians were killed in Libya by a terrorist group because of their faith background. So seeing even this difficult situation, still many young people are tending to migrate. So what this program is doing is that giving access to these children in their own village, by creating access, by facilitating the possibilities that has been really achieved, especially with the high school girls, where they would walk 3 hours, 2 hours from their home, by creating a system where they could really live nearby their high school. They are hosted by different families, but the sense of self-governing has been adopted to a local reality. In most African countries, you would see still the community life is solid. People would share their lives, their joys, their anxieties, their happiness. So that local grassroots structures are used to adopt what has been implemented by Monsignor Carol Abing. So the other group of children whom we are supporting through this project are 100 physically challenged girls. As you would expect in a country like Ethiopia, poor country, where social infrastructures are very minimum, services for people with disability is almost zero. So families would keep their children at home. They wouldn't even expose that they have children with disabilities. So we support them to come out of the community, to go to have an access to school. The other program, which is the third program, we had some problems of war, as you know, from with Eritrea and in previous civil wars, which has left many children orphans and vulnerable, and also HIV/AIDS has been one of the factors. So these children, because of their serious poverty, wouldn't have access to go to school. So in this program, we really create an access for education, for primary education for these children. So 400 children are getting better and basic education access. So we have seen a paradigm shift by extending the program, which has been started in Italy for many years, through a system of creating a structure where these young people coming from Africa, from Middle East, were hosted. So this paradigm shift will help that by creating an access to school, and at the end by creating job opportunities, that migration would go lower instead of hosting them in Italian structures, which would be expensive, but giving them a chance at home, that will be giving them dignity. So this program has brought a big impact, especially in self-governing and in creating, in believing in themselves, in their own capacities, in their own country, and in developing their self-esteem. Thank you so much.